Welcome back, everybody. Today's tutorial, we are going to be exploring 4 different ways to use the Rotoscope tool, from classic background replacement to seamless transitions to cinematic effects and wild creative experiments that really stand out, all in under 5 minutes. So let's get started. So rotoscoping is basically like digital tracing. You're isolating a subject from its background. Think of it kind of like Photoshop's lasso tool. The Rotoscope tool is super easy to use. Double click on your footage layer, select your Rotobrush tool, and with the green icon, paint everything that you want to keep within that mask. Hold down Alt or Option, that's going to turn your cursor to a red cursor, and then you can select the areas that you want to remove. If you want to change the size of your brush, you can hold down Command, click your mouse button, move it left or right. That'll enlarge or shrink your brush size. Take your time on this first frame. After Effects is going to try to propagate all the remaining frames based on your initial selection. So make sure you take the time. The more you select, the less After Effects has to guess, and the better the job it's going to do on all the remaining frames. Once you're happy with your selection, freeze the frame range, and that'll lock in your roto. So that way, After Effects, when you're scrubbing through that clip, After Effects doesn't have to redraw every frame. And that is what you call a rotoscope. Now that you have a rotoscope, well, there's a lot of different options that you can do with it. Today, we're going to be exploring 4 different options. The first one is what I call the classics. So you can replace your background. Just like they do in movies, we're going to fake a green screen. You're going to be able to replace everything behind your foreground subject. Next thing we can try to do is you can add some motion graphics behind your subject. Maybe floating text, particles, or even some animated shapes that interact with your scene. Next, we're going to be looking at transitions. You can use your roto as a reveal tool, or you can go bold with a split screen effect. One side you can have your current shot, and the next side you can have your next shot. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some effects. What I did here is I just separated the subject from the background, and then on the background I gave it a radial blur to give it an anamorphic look to it. A different effect you can try is you can clone your actor. So within the same scene you can have different versions of your actor all hanging out in the same shot. As long as there's enough room in that scene for your actor's ego, you can put as many of them as you want in there. And the last category I like to look at is the creative category. So you can use these rotos almost like a mask to reveal a totally different scene within your clip. And then lastly, you can just get wild, you can get creative. Here, I've applied a roto to a solid layer, and then I made that solid layer a track matte. The footage had black background and a white background, so I reversed it to a white and black. So that way there's a lot of black and white action going on, and so you can just get creative with it. And there you go, guys. Oh, one last thing. So you can get wild, so you can apply effects solely to your roto layer. For example, the CC ball action effect is on the subject while the background stays normal, and then you can get some really creative looks with this. You can apply all sorts of distortions, effects, colorize, anything you can think of to that roto layer. So it's going to give it some really unique looks. And you can really see this is where the rotoscoping stops being a tool and starts being a playground for just anything that you can dream of. So many uses, so many different applications, so many opportunities. And because it is based on your video, no 2 rotos are the same. You can roto a person, you can roto an animal, you can roto a building, a shape. As long as there's enough contrast for that roto to pick up from the background, the sky's the limit. All right, you guys, that's the Rotoscope tool. It's part science, part sorcery, and all around awesome. Use it cleanly, use it creatively, but most importantly, use it to have fun. If this helped, hit that like button. If you like what you're seeing, subscribe to the channel. Please comment down below if you guys want to share your creative uses of the Rotoscope tool. I would love to hear them. I'm here learning After Effects just like all of you are. Hopefully together we can level up our skills and really bring our visions to life. Thank you again for stopping by, sticking with me to the end of the tutorial. I'm Julio, your motion sidekick, here to help you out on your motion side quest. And until next time, love you guys. Peace out.